What's up, y'all? Gerald here, creator of Gospel Chops and your host for this YouTube channel, back with another video. Now, if you've been following the RICO case down there in Fulton County, Georgia, against Young Thug and the YSL affiliates, well, you've seen some fireworks this week, the likes of which you have never seen before, because I've seen people and heard people who've been practicing law longer than I've been alive, y'all, and they've said never in their years have they seen anything like the foolishness, like the wicked machinations that are going on in Fulton County. And I've been following this stuff in Fulton because of the Donald Trump case down there, and also this RICO case against Young Thug and his associates down there, and it has exposed the crazy level of corruption that is going on in Fulton County. It's pulled the veil off for all the world to see the foolishness that's going on down there in one of the blackest counties in the United States of America, y'all. Well, just to catch you up on this crazy case that is the longest case in Fulton County history, where it took them a year just to pick a jury. Since when does voir dire take a year's time just to select a jury? You got dozens of defendants in this case. Some have taken plea deals. At one point, one was on the run. I don't know if they caught up to him yet. But in this scenario here, we got 6 defendants sitting in court. And it's come down to the point where the star witness for the prosecution has come to testify against his former comrades. Some people want to label him a rat. But this is an interesting situation because he has been compelled to testify. This is a situation where the witness doesn't want to testify, and the judge pulled him in a secret meeting, an ex parte meeting where the defense counsel knew nothing about it. Pulled this young man into the back room, into the judge's chambers where the prosecution was present, court reporter, the bailiffs. And they told this man, according to the record, the judge told this man, if you don't testify, I will throw you in jail for the entirety of this case, not just these defendants sitting here, but any others that might come about. You may be in prison for years unless you testify and give us what we want out of your testimony. Y'all, I've never seen something so corrupt. And here we have, because of this corruption being exposed, we have Young Thug's lawyer, who was threatened with jail time himself until the Supreme Court of Georgia came and smacked down this judge, put him in his place. And seems like now he's talking with a little contrition in his voice. He took some of that bass out of his voice, sound a little nicer, act a little nicer. Y'all check out this video between Young Thug's lawyer and the judge. Seems like things are coming to a head in this courtroom. The judge addresses the lawyer and he says, "What? Never heard of such a thing." Seems like attitudes and egos are getting to a boiling point. Y'all check out this video.
Okay, but it's your allegation and assertion, sir. Okay, so, well, we don't know that. We don't know whether or not they're true.
Going on. Every time Mr. Copeland comes in the courtroom or out of court, he's escorted by a DA's office investigator. You see that? This court is observant. You're not just sitting there in a cloud. You see exactly what's going on. You hear the prosecutor telling you, we were in a room with Mr. Copeland and he said these things. Why?
Okay.
Why do I have to bring up? You should be bringing up. This is crazy. What the prosecutors think.
I don't have any thoughts. So please don't put that in. Please don't put that in the ether. Okay, but that's what you just said, sir.
Ether is
okay.
Clear. The court wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it either. So why is it happening? He's a.
I have no interest other than I'm a referee.
Well, you're the referee who spoke with the witness without my presence.
Mr. Steele, we're not gonna get into that right now.
Well,
okay.
My point is, I would like the court to look into the appropriateness. Mr. Copeland, to my observations around your courtroom, outside your courtroom on breaks, is surrounded by several members of law enforcement with the district attorney's office and prosecutors, potentially other persons. I don't know why a sitting witness under oath is in a room with prosecutors during breaks, mornings, afternoons. It's totally inappropriate. There are people who are in your court's door. There's a double door where the court sits to its right that aligns with the witness chair. And I noticed people standing there in law enforcement while Mr. Copeland is testifying, and he's making eye contact with them. I don't know if they're his brother. My point to you is this: what gives anybody the right to surround a witness? He's not in custody, and bring a witness. I'm sure Mr. Copeland didn't say to the prosecutors, I don't know this, Your Honor. So if you think I'm wrong, then just strike it from your memory. But I'm sure he didn't say, hey, you guys want to hang out in this room a little while? So I believe that he is being led on a tether by the prosecutors, and it is coercion. It is inappropriate. And why would anybody not be recording everything he said? And why do I have to get it in drips and drabs? So I am objecting to the tactics of the Fulton County District Attorney's Office and whomever else they may have employed with a citizen, regardless of what the court may think of him, what the prosecutors think.
I don't have any thoughts. So please don't put that in. Please don't put that in the ether. Okay, but that's what you just said, sir.
Ether is
okay.
The court wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it either. So why is it happening?
I have no interest other than I'm a referee.
Well, you're the referee who spoke with the witness without my presence.
Mr. Steele, we're not gonna get into that right now.
Well,
okay?
My point is, how is he being treated here? And why don't I have all this? And why is this going on? What an unfair trial, Mr. Williams. Think about it. If you were accused, Your Honor, and the judge met with this witness, with the prosecutor, and you sat next to me and Mr. Adams, you would say to us, what kind of case is this? Now he's being surrounded with all this law enforcement. My point is,
Your Honor, we're going to object that this.
It's not going to be interrupted.
Mr. Steele, hold on. No, but you're Mr. Steele? Mr. Steele?
Yes, sir. What?
Okay.
I want to finish. I'm making a record for the court to understand. And
well, Mr. Steele,
I've never been interrupted in a court except for this one. You
but the challenges in this point in time is that some of the things that you have said at certain points in time are not appropriate.
It's not true.
Okay, well that's the court's.
Court is wrong.
Well, you have, everybody has an opinion, and it can certainly be reviewed at the appropriate time. But finish up so you can go ahead and make your record.
More about prosecutor or anyone. This is a record. This is important.
Okay, but it's your allegation and assertion, sir. Okay, so. Well, we don't know that. We don't know whether or not they're true.
Going on. Every time Mr. Copeland comes in the courtroom or out of court, he's escorted by a DA's office investigator. You see that? This court is observant. You're not just sitting there in a cloud. You see exactly what's going on. You hear the prosecutor telling you, we were in a room with Mr. Copeland and he said these things. Why?
Okay.
Why do I have to bring up? You should be bringing up. This is crazy. This is like communist Russia. Mr. Williams is having the worst trial. So I'm moving again to stop intimidating the witness by the prosecution, leave people alone, and stop accusing. You've allowed the prosecutor Love to accuse me of misconduct.
Oh, but you've also accused her of hold on. You have accused her of misconduct as well. And remember what I told you about your professional remember what I told you about your, and she's going to take me down as opposed to you. So when I start talking, stop talking, please. Okay? I'll let you complete your record. Okay?
I understand the one party talk. I got it.
All right. Okay. All right. So I told you, several times before, I told you and your colleagues, remember your professional responsibility. And let's not make this an ad hominem issue. I don't believe that either one of you are trying to do anything that would subvert your ability to practice law. So but
Love has intentionally lied to the court numerous cases. You have nothing.
Hold on. Let him finish. See, this is Mr. Steele. This is exactly what I'm saying. You cannot it is not a good idea to state that your brethren across the bar are lying. Okay, in any time or any way. Okay, but don't. So don't. But don't because you don't have any proof. If you have proof of it, then if you have proof, there's a mechanism in law and under the rules for you to submit that question to the Office of General Counsel and for an investigation to occur. But please stop, both of you. I've told both of you earlier, stop making these ad hominem attacks toward one another. Okay?
It's attacked. You say nothing.
Well, okay, but I've said something. You're going back to stuff that's happened in the past. So while I'm trying to deal with things that are current, so I told you all most recently, as of about a week or so ago, to stop all this. Remember, I told you the world's watching you. They are. So please don't from this point on, do not accuse each other of anything. If you want to go ahead and do it, there's a proper way to do it, but don't bring it up in front of me. Okay?
I'm just making a point that this has been going on and it's abusive. That is my point.
That's your assertion, sir, as a lawyer, okay? And maybe your frustration with everything. Like I told you, this trial's gone a long time. There's a lot of wear and tear, but everybody's got to rise above and be a professional advocate. That's what the system demands of you.
I'm not worn or torn. I am here to tell the court that from a objective, casual observer, could see what's going on here. It's inappropriate.
Okay. At the end of the day, I understand your concern that you have now shared with the court. Okay. All right. State, you want to respond?
Your Honor, I just ask that the court strike the portions of Mr. Steele's, whatever that was, to the court regarding personal and ad hominem attacks on members of the state's team. Ms. Hilton will address the merits of the initial argument that Mr. Steele made. But as to personal attacks on members of the state's team, we'd ask that assertions that specific people have lied, that is disrespectful, that is unprofessional, and not one time has any such statement been made by any member of this team about anyone else.
Oh, I think, Ms. Love, in the past, you've made some statements.
I have never said anyone lied.
You've made some statements about Mr. Steele. And well, just let me finish. I'm not done. All right. And about several others of your colleagues. I mean, and it may have been the heat of discussion and everything else. Like I said earlier, there's enough blame to go around for everybody. All right. So, but can we kind of stop that and draw things kind of forward? I've had 2 or 3 conversations with everyone about their obligations as professional advocates under the rules. So,
y'all, Mr. Copeland, known as Lil Woody, don't want to testify against his former comrades. These folks who shot at him and his baby mama at a certain point. Y'all got to follow this testimony. This is some crazy stuff. So Lil Woody, the star witness for the prosecution, who is reluctantly testifying and not giving the prosecution what they want at all. Seems like YSL was shooting at him at one point. Seems like the Bloods were shooting at him at one point. Seems like everybody wants Lil Woody dead. And here he is showing up in court after being compelled to do so. Y'all, Fulton County is corrupt. And these cases, this case here, the YSL case and the Donald Trump case, shining a light on the immense corruption in this county. Yo, this a blackity black, crispity, crunchity, crackly black county. Seems like they're just as corrupt as any other, if not more so. Y'all check out Lil Woody fighting with the prosecutor. And keep in mind, he's a prosecution witness. They the ones who called him, but they seem like amateurs. They seem like rookies because they haven't vetted this brother at all. They didn't know what he was going to say or what he refused to say. The man said he wanted to take the fifth, but that judge convinced him not to do so under the threat of prison time. So here go Lil Woody on the stand, fighting with the prosecution, fighting with the court. Y'all check this out.
If Moulton FaceTimed you, and did you say you did not recall if Moulton FaceTimed you?
I know he called me. I don't know if it was FaceTime regular. All I know was I remember what came out of his mouth.
And in 2015, in January of 2015, you told Detective Thorpe that he FaceTimed you.
I guess.
Do you remember telling Detective Thorpe that or no?
Objection asked and answered.
Yeah, that's non-responsive. I guess it's non-responsive.
I'm going to overrule your objection, sir. You can answer the question, sir.
I need to know if you remember or if you do not remember.
If he said I said it, then I said it.
Do you remember telling Detective Thorpe that?
Objection, Your Honor, to an answer.
Overrule,
But-
sir.
That's not. Do you remember telling Detective Thorpe that he FaceTimed you?
I guess.
I guess it's non-responsive.
Your Honor,
Well,
I object to the commentary.
It's not responsive, Mr. Steele. I'm going to overrule your objection.
Do you recall?
I don't know what I told Detective. I don't remember what I told Detective. Whatever his name is.
Thank you. So you don't remember if you told Detective Thorpe that?
I sustain his request, Mr. Form.
Now, do you remember back in January 2015 giving Detective Thorpe Moontoon's phone number?
I guess.
I guess it's non-responsive.
Your Honor, that's not a compromise.
Overrule, sir.
I need you to respond. Do you remember?
I don't remember. I don't remember nothing I told Detective Thorpe.
All right.
So that's my response to every question you about to ask me. If it have anything to do with me speaking with him. It wasn't in my right state of mind. I don't have a clue.
Well, you got to bear because I'm going to have to ask you the question specifically. You can just
Okay,
say, I
you can
don't
ask.
remember.
I just said.
Prosecutor, is it not?
Mr. Steele, overruled.
Do you remember today what Moontoon's number was back then?
Back then when?
Back in 2015.
No, I better know my phone number now.
All right. Do you remember giving him the number 404-662-8935?
I guess.
I need to know, do you remember or you do not remember?
Yeah, I did. I don't.
Do you remember what kind of car that Moontoon dropped you off in to take you to the police department on January 11, 2015?
I don't know. I don't know if he. I don't know. I don't know if he asked me. I don't remember what I told him.
Okay. Do you remember saying it was either bluish, grayish Malibu and it was rented?
Yeah.
Yeah, you remember telling him that?
Yes, I guess. Yes.
Earlier today, you said that you went down there because the police called you. Do you remember saying that?
You're repeating previous testimony.
Overruled, sir.
Do you remember saying that earlier today?
That's the only way I went down there.
Do you remember telling Detective Thorpe, I was asking everybody, should I go down there, bro? Because I didn't do it. I didn't do it. You can look at my phone records, but I didn't do it.
Yes.
All right. Yes, you remember telling him that?
If he said I said it, yes, I said it.
I need to know if you remember telling him that.
Yes. I don't know why there's further questions.
I'm going to overrule the objection, Mr. Sharp.
Do you also recall telling Detective Thorpe that you also advised Moonsoon that he should come down and speak with the police?
Yes.
And there you have it, y'all. What do you think about the crazy shenanigans that are going on in Fulton County? This super black county where there's a black judge, black prosecutors, black defendants, black prosecution witnesses, everybody blackety black. I'm sure the jury is probably blackety black. But it seems like this thing has gone off the rails. What do y'all think about this? Compelling Lil Woody to testify under the threat of imprisonment when he just want to go on about his life. He don't want to have nothing to do with none of this because these folks sitting in court want to kill him. There's some other folks out on the street that want to kill him. And Young Thug's attorney is telling the judge, there's some big black dude who keep looking through the window. He's standing at the door. He's peering at Lil Woody on the stand. Don't tell me you ain't seen it. Somebody is trying to intimidate this witness, and every time he walks out the court, he's surrounded by staff from the prosecution's office. Well, he's sworn in. He's giving testimony. Why is he consulting with the prosecution? Why he's giving testimony? What is going on here? Is this a kangaroo court? Some crazy shenanigans going on in Fulton County, y'all. Let me know how you feel about this, because this is crazy to me. Y'all, let me know in the comments, and don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share the video so we can get more people involved in the conversation, y'all. And like I always say, always remember and never forget, without the gospel, it's just chops. Until next time, peace.